Hello, and thank you for joining us for today's broadcast. This broadcast is a product of Shry Media, LLC. Unauthorized use, sale, or redistribution of this media in any form is strictly prohibited without the express written consent of Shry Media. Radio and television mediums are encouraged to reach out. Thank you for tuning in. Enjoy the game.
The story of the United States has been written for centuries. Penned by millions of authors, written in every language, from every perspective. With every chapter as unique as our people and our land. Our story is one made up of many. Find yours in the USA.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, we see champions everywhere we look. In every sport, on every court, we're building a foundation to ensure all athletes are safe, supported, and strengthened. At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, ending abuse is not just our job. It's our promise.
A truck is a tool, but a ram is life. Yeah, it's the wipe the sweat off your brow sort of life. But it's also the let's load up the ATV's life. The my kids play way too many sports life. The let's find a secret spot to fish life. That looks nice. Innovations, comforts, and powertrains built to power all the lives you live. Ram.
Your vacation is now playing in Tennessee.
For every generation, it has started with the call to serve. Discovering the purpose and the belonging earned with the title. Learning to dig deep and push through adversity together. Defending our nation and its people. It is a life of great worth and reward. But Marines are never really finished serving. Their commitment comes full circle, visible in communities across our country. This is Semper Fidelis, always faithful, always Marine, marking a path for the next generation.
The Southeast Sports Network, your free ticket to front row sports action. From heart-pounding football showdowns to thrilling basketball games, experience every moment live, all from the comfort of your home. Your favorite athletes, broadcast in real time and on demand. It's not just streaming, it's your front row ticket to the best of Southeastern sports. And the best part? It's absolutely free. Don't miss a moment of your favorite teams. Join us now at the Southeast Sports Network. The Southeast Sports Network, your front row ticket to live sports.
Welcome to the new era of brand promotion. Are you trying to find a way to make a splash? We understand that advertising isn't what it used to be. Things have changed. Advertising is both more dynamic and more engaging. Shry Media keeps your brand not just seen, but remembered. In a world where staying relevant is key, We are your partners in staying top of mind.
The Southeast Sports Network is now on Amazon Fire TV. Now you can download the SESN app and watch on any Amazon-enabled device, such as your Fire Stick. The easiest way to download the app is to go to our website, find the Watch SESN tab, and click Fire TV app. Then just select your device from the list. That's it. Free and easy. Enjoy watching the Southeast Sports Network on your Fire TV, Fire Stick, or Fire tablet with just a few clicks.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear, call me Papa Bear, because I'm grilling up dinner. Do you get it?
Yes, good job.
So, what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha, 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 ha.
See, Smokey thinks I'm funny.
I got involved in officiating volleyball 8 years after I played Division I in college.
Saying yes to volleyball officiating will give you the privilege to be a part of one of the most exciting sports around.
I'm a speaker,
A builder.
I coach.
Culinary arts. Auditor.
A firefighter.
For anyone contemplating becoming a volleyball official, just go for it.
Take the plunge. Open the door.
Say yes to officiating. Learn more about how to get involved at sayyes2officiating.com.
The rhythmic sound of more than 500 cascading waterfalls. The endless echo of more than 10,000 caves. The serene silence of 1,000 miles of wilderness trails. The next time someone tells you to get lost, consider it an opportunity. Your vacation is now playing in Tennessee.
Hello and welcome to the campus of Reinhardt University, about to get underway. Really good one in store today. Game 2 of 3 between the Johnson Royals and Reinhardt University Eagles. We've got a little housekeeping to do before we get underway, so thanks for being with us. Gabriel Schrei here. We'll have all the action on the Southeast Sports Network in our big simulcast. Thrilled to have you along with us for the ride for this one. Going to be a really good one. These two programs went at it yesterday, and it was a very, very exciting matchup between these two, obviously. Let's take a look at how yesterday's game ended, because the thrilling fashion of that probably could play a factor in today. Here's a look at that.
When you want to try to at least make them work for it, and potentially you can strike them out here.
The 2-2, Kroll, a moonshot left side, it's gone! Reinhardt wins the game on a walk-off home run! Nash Kroll goes yard for the Eagles' victory at home!
And Nash Kroll, who else but Nash Kroll, right? He went viral this week. America, I hope they're still tuned in. Nash Kroll is that dude.
Doesn't get more exciting than that. A walk-off grand slam for the Eagles of Reinhardt University. Thanks for being with us. Southeast Sports Network, college baseball, our simulcast available in a ton of places. Here's the promo for today's game and a reminder of all the different places you can catch the broadcast. Welcome back to the field. Lots of things going on campus. Really exciting day. It's Family Day on the campus of Reinhardt University. We'll get underway in just a couple of moments. Until then, we'll take a break and be back with college baseball in just a moment.
You're ready to reconnect, to discover, to explore a Georgia that always has more stories to share and views to admire. Set for your next adventure while you set your own pace to wonder or wander, or whatever it is that makes you feel you. To feel that Georgia feeling, those beautiful, real, honest moments. The only found in Georgia moments. Find yours at exploregeorgia.org.
My character, Shazam, knows all about growing up in a family full of teenage superheroes. They're bold. Where's everyone going?
To fight crime?
Okay. Adventurous. Shazam! There's never a dull moment. And no matter what happens, they'll always have your back. All they need is a place to grow and be themselves. And the best part is, you don't have to be a superhero to adopt a teen. Learn more about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org. You can't imagine the reward.
Welcome to SESN, your ticket to the front row of the sports world, covering local, regional, and national events. We bring the game to you. Feel the excitement of every play, every score, every victory. Get your seat, get on air, and immerse yourself in the heart-pounding action. The Southeast Sports Network, where sports come to life.
At Shry Media, we believe in the power of connection, promoting your brand while supporting your community. Our goal is to elevate your presence and amplify your message through local sports. With Shry Media, advertising goes beyond traditional boundaries. Get on television, make an impact. Take the first step towards a future where your brand is not just seen, but celebrated.
Welcome to the campus of Reinhardt University, about to get underway. Really good action today. Johnson University Royals have made the trip down from Knoxville, Tennessee to take on the Eagles on Ken White Field in Waleska, Georgia. Yesterday ended in a grand slam walk-off home run for the win as Nash Kroll, who is back from injury after being hit in the face with a 100-mile-an-hour pitch, went yard. Can't get more exciting than that. Thrilled to have you along for the ride for this one. This is going to be really good action today between these two programs. I'm Gabriel Shry. Welcome inside of the booth. Lots of housekeeping to do. We've started with a look back at that home run. You might have missed that in the broadcast. We'll play it back again later, I promise. You can also find it on the Southeast Sports Network YouTube channel and Twitter account if you want to take a look at it. Really exciting stuff. Tons of ways to watch. Visit SESNsports.com/how to watch if you're looking for information on how to tune in. We're going to have it all today and take a break while these two observe the American National Anthem. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with college baseball on SESN.
We're going big. Throw it down. We're gonna really live. Let's go all out. Let's go all out. You know it's gonna get loud. 'Cause we're getting down.
Your vacation is now playing in Tennessee.
Alex Galvez leading off pitching today for Reinhardt University's Eagles. Excited to see how he performs. Going to be tough to follow up the closing action of Allen yesterday against Johnson. He looked fantastic, and that game came down to the wire. Reinhardt winning their 24th of the season on a walk-off grand slam by Nash Kroll. It was their 52nd home run this year. As a team, batting .330, really impressive stuff. Johnson, one of the better in the Appalachian Athletic Conference. They've had a good year as well, 17 wins. Really good on base percentage. They've stolen an impressive 46 bases throughout the course of this season, so they'd love to continue that streak today. And we'll have all the action between them here on the Southeast Sports Network. This is game 2 of 3. 1 o'clock first pitch, 4 p.m. pitch for game 3. We'll have that as well, all on SCSN as we get started with the Royals first at the plate today. Chopped right side. This is rattling towards the outfield, and he's cut down over at first. Seth Presley, the first away.
Now batting the right fielder, number 22, Travis Havenstein.
Lasered inside. Ball 1 for Havenstein. Strike 1. Count is 1-1. 1 away from Waleska, Georgia. Strike 2. Down in the count early. Travis Havenstein. Alex Galvez from atop the mound gets strike 3 and cashes him out. So 2 away in Waleska in the top of the first. A hot start.
Number 18, Petey Kiefer.
Petey Kiefer next up to bat for Johnson with 2 away in the top of the first. What a beautiful day for baseball.
Absolutely, the sun is out. You can tell it's starting to feel a little bit more like spring. Still not quite spring-like just because of the cold breeze that we're feeling, but it's definitely a nice day outside.
2 away, counts 2-0. Strike 1, a big-time swing by Kiefer.
So I'm very interested to see in the early stages of this game how Johnson is going to respond after coming so close to knocking off Reinhardt yesterday.
Kiefer gets a hold of this left side, sailing towards the chalk, and he's down. That'll retire the side and the top of the first as we go to the bottom here in Waleska, Georgia. Don't go anywhere. College baseball will be back in just a moment on the Southeast Sports Network. Welcome back to Waleska, Georgia. We're about to get started with the bottom of the first. A quick turn of the tables between these two. Thanks for being with us. Here's a look inside the booth. I've got Trouble here with me. Jackson, Robinson. You guys are late. I showed the inside of the booth that I was alone before you guys got here, so I can't cover for you.
We apologize.
Were we picking them up?
Yeah.
I had a situation.
Well, don't say that. That sounds ominous.
Can't be any worse than what you said yesterday.
Yeah,
so it's
stuff
okay.
to do.
I had a situation.
Good start for Reinhardt on the defensive side in this matchup with Johnson. 2 of 3. Last night was definitely one for the books. That was an unreal walk-off grand slam by Kroll, who was back from injury. You can't write it better than that.
Absolutely. I said it when it happened. It's like, who else but Nash Kroll to hit that walk-off, right? It just seemed like his moment of getting hurt was one of the more defining moments of that series, for better or worse, and all of America watching. Got a lot of well wishes from a lot of different people, but lost in all of that probably is the fact that Nash Kroll is one of the best players in the country. So good on him for having a really nice showing in yesterday's matchup.
Bernie is leading off, senior infielder for Reinhardt in this game. 43 hits this season, 22 RBIs, his batting average .328. Stands by for ball one. Strike one. Quick look behind us. This is at the other Ken White Field. Softball underway. And it's family day on the campus of Reinhardt University. Bottom of the first count is 2-1 for Bernie, the first batter in this game for Reinhardt.
But the point that I was making before, just curious to see how Johnson comes out in this game, coming so close to winning that matchup against Reinhardt. So how do you take that? Do you take that with some belief that you can knock this team off, or is that something that sticks with you like, man, we really let them get away with one?
The 3-1 pitch. Bernie chops at it. It pumps up right side towards the bag. He's across, but that'll send him back to the dugout with one away in Waleska.
Bernie had definitely a different approach today at the plate. Yesterday, he seemed to be a lot more aggressive. Today, he was able to. He watched a few pitches there and was able to get a good count.
Allen the Jr. is next at the plate.
But do you think some of that is showing a little bit more respect to this Johnson pitching staff, or like what? Like, why do you think that is the case, just by gauging off of that first at bat?
Just off of Bernie, he didn't. He had a rough start to yesterday's game. He started out 1-3, 1-4, on the day. A couple ground outs. I just think maybe he's trying to take a different approach, see if he can see more pitches, see if he can have better at bats.
One away count is 0-1 for Mercerio Allen, the junior infielder. 61st at bat this season for him. His batting average is .333. I wouldn't say he was quiet yesterday, but it feels like he hasn't been as loud since he won Player of the Week.
I mean, he set the bar so high.
Right? That's a high bar.
Shooting, just hitting over 500 for a series and multiple home runs in a game. It's really hard to live up to that, but Allen's proven that he's a very consistent member of Coach Burton's lineup.
One away, here's the 1-2. Big swing, and that'll strike him out as he goes back to the dugout, 2 away.
Now batting for the fielder, number 8, Dylan Lewis.
Dylan Lewis hit a bomb yesterday, a home run ball for Reinhardt University. Batting average is almost .450 this season. It's just shy of .440. He's been electric.
His play went a long way towards keeping Reinhardt in the game yesterday when they couldn't get anything going offensively. And Dylan Lewis a few nice extra base hits, including a big-time home run, really keeping that offense afloat and giving them a chance going into the ninth.
1-0 pitch is a bit low, catches the strike. Count is 1-1. Chopped right side, that sails foul. With 2 away. Here's the 1-2. Lewis gets a hold of that in the center, and that'll retire the side from Oleska. We go to the top of the second, and we'll be back with college baseball in just a moment. Don't go anywhere.
Sports Network is now on Amazon Fire TV. Now you can download the SESN app and watch on any Amazon-enabled device, such as your Fire Stick. The easiest way to download the app is to go to our website, find the Watch SESN tab, and click Fire TV app. Then just select your device from the list. That's it. Free and easy. Enjoy watching the Southeast Sports Network on your Fire TV, Fire Stick, or Fire tablet with just a few clicks.
Welcome back. About to get started with the top of the second from Oleska, Georgia. College baseball on the Southeast Sports Network. Gabriel Schrei, T-Jax, Lorenzo Robinson. We've got a full broadcast booth. You get away with that nickname. There's not a lot of people that get away with nicknames anymore.
I know. I had one of my best friends my first year of college. He kind of came up with it as soon as we got to college, and it just stuck.
I like it. It's well earned.
I think it fits, too.
It does fit.
I mean,
Lasered in there. Alex Galvez on top of the mound for Reinhardt. Really good start in the top of the first for him. Big swing, that's strike one. Braden Taylor at the plate for Johnson University.
Galvez has been a very consistent part of this Eagle rotation. Right now sporting a 2.15 ERA. On most teams, that would be far and away the lowest. Of course, Andrew Herbert sporting a 1.35 ERA, a nice 1-2 punch for the Eagles in their starting rotation.
Right side, sailing towards the wall, one down. One away in the top of the second.
And right fielder, number 3, Bryson Schoen.
Bryson Schoen, the sophomore. 123 at-bats this season for Johnson's Royals, has averaged .252. We saw him go yard yesterday. He looked really good. One 1-0 pitch. Schoen gets a hold of this, trailing left side. That's well in play, and 2 away now for the Royals of Johnson University.
And that is the shortstop, number 30, Nolan Cusick.
Do you think that the Grand Slam yesterday, the end of a hard-fought, what looked like a certain victory for the Royals, is deflating them a little bit in Game 2 of this series?
You don't really want to say deflated because there's so much baseball left to play. There's 2 whole games, and at this point, about 17 innings left of baseball left, but it's kind of just a matter of how their perspective is. I mean, are they thinking, man, we let them get away with one, or does that motivate them? Do they believe now that they can hang with this team and win? And then conversely, on the Reinhardt side, it has to give you a little bit of energy to maybe get away with one that you probably shouldn't have won. So it'll be interesting, an interesting dynamic to see.
2 away, the 2-0 pitch, chopped left side, sailing down along the chalk. Looks like this escapes play and Reinhardt's waiting defender, so he'll head back to the plate. That's a little bit of good luck for him. Suffers strike 2. Two away, count is 2-2. It's low and off of the batter. This one rattling over to third as he's on the bag at first.
That's some bad luck right there, just careening off of the foot of Galvez.
It looks like he's trying to walk it off, like it didn't hit him in the calf.
Yeah, that looked like it hurt for sure.
I definitely admire that approach. Definitely admire that approach.
Don't let the other team know you're hurt.
You can't let them see blood.
First runner in the game on first now.
Man on board over at first. This is high for a ball. There's 2 away in Waleska. QC replaced to the plate by Sanchez. Sanchez, a junior catcher. This is his 88th at bat this season. His average 253. Another high one for ball 2. Top of the second, 2 away, 1 on board. All 3 of us looked. We thought we had somebody coming in there. That's a strike. He thought he was going to move down to first. 2 away, 1 on board. Count is 3-1 for Sanchez.
Trying to play some games with Galvez, the mind games, showing bunt, pulling it back.
Big swing. This one comes off the bat and fills the count. 2 away. Count is full, 1 on board. Sanchez at the plate for Johnson. The payoff pitch. That sends him down on board over at first.
It seemed that both teams had differing opinions on that pitch. It seemed like Reinhardt was all but certain that that was a strikeout.
And you say both teams, the batter, he started walking like he was walking to the dugout. He turned around and looked at the umpire like okay, I'll take my base. I'll take my base.
Two away, 2 on board for the Royals of Johnson, and now the bases are loaded as Brayton Ott is hit with a pitch by accident.
So an early jam here from Galvez. We'll see how he responds. Bases are loaded. Coach Burton's going to come out to talk to him. Johnson, chance to strike first.
I fear that hit off the leg kind of has him a little flustered here.
And that's a tough thing to bounce back from anytime you suffer a stinger like that, an injury. You know, especially as a pitcher, that's got to rattle you right in the line of fire. What's the play here if you're Reinhardt?
Early in this game like this, I think you still got to trust Galvez. I think that's what he's kind of giving that pep talk, trying to boost his confidence a little bit, trying to help him dial in, calm down, whose teammates are around him. That's exactly what he'll do. Just a pep talk, just kind of get him to relax a little bit.
Center fielder is next up. Plays Blanchard. We saw limited Blanchard yesterday. The bases are loaded. 2 away. It's low for a ball. Zipped in as well for strike one. Count is 1-1, 2 away. One pitch is low. And that brings a run home for the Royals of Johnson University. It makes it 1-0.
So we spoke a little bit about them trying to respond from the way that yesterday ended. Galvez, unfortunately, giving them a run early.
Quick look at the umpire here. Call for the trainer from the sideline. Maybe seems like he got hit in the face mask with the ball.
Yeah, hopefully he's all right. Never want to see anyone getting injured, obviously.
They're going to have all 3 umpires come over and check on him. See the trainer kind of putting her hand in the face, like maybe he got a little shock, a little dizzy off the hit.
Hopefully he's all right.
They're going to pull both head coaches out to the field now.
Something not quite right. We're going to take a break while they check on him. Hopefully he's all right. And we'll be back with more college baseball in just a moment on SCSN. While we check in, here's a look at the grand slam from yesterday for Reinhardt.
When you want to try to at least make them work for it, and potentially you can strike them out here.
The 2-2, Kroll, a moonshot left side, it's gone! Reinhardt wins the game on a walk-off home run! Nash Kroll goes yard for the Eagles' victory at home!
And Nash Kroll Who else but Nash Kroll, right? He went viral this week. America, I hope they're still tuned in. Nash Kroll is that dude.
That was a look back at that absolutely thrilling moment from yesterday. We're still checking in on our guy out on the turf, so while they do that, we'll take another break and be back with more college baseball in just a moment on the Southeast Sports Network. Don't go anywhere.
You're ready to reconnect, to discover, to explore a Georgia that always has more stories to share and views to admire. Set for your next adventure while you set your own pace to wonder or wander, or whatever it is that makes you feel you. To feel that Georgia feeling, those beautiful, real, honest moments. The only found in Georgia moments. Find yours at exploregeorgia.org.
My character, Shazam, knows all about growing up in a family full of teenage superheroes. They're bold.
Where's everyone going?
To fight crime?
Okay. Adventurous. Shazam! There's never a dull moment. And no matter what happens, they'll always have your back. All they need is a place to grow and be themselves. And the best part is, you don't have to be a superhero to adopt a teen. Learn more about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org. You can't imagine the reward.
Welcome to SESN, your ticket to the front row of the sports world, covering local, regional, and national events. We bring the game to you. Feel the excitement of every play, every score, every victory. Get your seat, get on air, and immerse yourself in the heart-pounding action. The Southeast Sports Network, where sports come to life.
At Schrei Media, we believe in the power of connection, promoting your brand while supporting your community. Our goal is to elevate your presence and amplify your message through local sports. With Schrei Media, advertising goes beyond traditional boundaries. Get on television, make an impact, Take the first step towards a future where your brand is not just seen, but celebrated.
The Southeast Sports Network is now on Amazon Fire TV. Now you can download the SESN app and watch on any Amazon-enabled device, such as your Fire Stick. The easiest way to download the app is to go to our website, find the Watch SESN tab, and click Fire TV app. Then just select your device from the list. That's it. Free and easy. Enjoy watching the Southeast Sports Network on your Fire TV, Fire Stick, or Fire Tablet with just a few clicks.
Welcome back to Ken White Field and Waleska, Georgia. Hustling to get back underway. Count is 1-1, 2 away in the second. Gabriel Schrei here, Lorenzo Robinson. We lost Taylor Jackson. He was too confident that it was going to be a little while longer, so we've got a man down. Welcome back, though. Excited to have you with us.
Back after a minor delay.
Yeah, not bad.
Bit of an umpire switch up situation behind the plate.
This one right through the center, stopped on the edge of the infield, and that retires the side. In Waleska, as we'll have another break and be back in 30 on SESN.
You're ready to reconnect, to discover, to explore a Georgia that always has more stories to share and views to admire. Set for your next adventure while you set your own pace to wonder or wander, or whatever it is that makes you feel you. To feel that Georgia feeling, those beautiful, real, honest moments. The only found in Georgia moments. Find yours at exploregeorgia.org.
My character, Shazam, knows all about growing up in a family full of teenage superheroes. They're bold.
Where's everyone going?
To fight crime?
Okay. Adventurous. Shazam! There's never a dull moment. And no matter what happens, they'll always have your back. All they need is a place to grow and be themselves. And the best part is, you don't have to be a superhero to adopt a teen. Learn more about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org.
One 0 Johnson Royals as we enter the bottom of the second between Johnson and Reinhardt. Gabriel Schrei, Taylor Jackson, Lorenzo Robinson. College baseball on the Southeast Sports Network. Thanks for being with us. Zipped right in for strike one. This is Tucker Zdunek at the plate. Garrett Borst pitching.
And you spoke yesterday about Johnson's pitching staff being the strength of their team. Borst, a big reason why. A really nice season from him so far. currently sporting a 2.20 ERA, along with a 3-1 record. He has been very nice on the mound for the Royals this year.
Strike three, that retires one for the Eagles of Reinhardt.
Now batting the first baseman for the Eagles, number 30, Nash Kroll.
Nash Kroll, the hero of yesterday's game for the Eagles, at the plate for the first time today. Excited to see how he performs in game 2 of 3. Champness pops off right side and sails into the evergreens for strike one.
He's had a little different approach than his teammates. He took first pitch, tagged it, first pitch strike. Usually probably one of your best pitches that are going to come out, and he's going to mash this to center field.
This one sailing aerial, center fielder under it, and 2 away. Johnson thrilled about this start to the second.
But you're right, Kroll taking a much different approach than what we've seen from Reinhardt's batters so far today. But to Boer's credit, really making them work for everything. And right now, he's working his way through this extremely talented Reinhardt order. He's picked up right where Nathan Hoffman left off from yesterday.
This is Luis Mendoza with 2 away. Mendoza holds off strike one.
Mendoza starting to earn a reputation as the Mr. Clutch for this team. Came up with a few big hits in that Southeastern series, and then yesterday really sparking their rally in the 9th with a big-time solo home run.
Count is 1-1 with 2 away. Mendoza over 80 appearances at the plate this season. His average is .350 on the nose. This one's low and skeeters off into the backstop. Mendoza sends this straight up, coming back towards the backstop and over the bleachers into the evergreens. Two away. Count is 2-2. Garrett Borst looking to go to the third inning undamaged with a 1-0 lead over the Eagles of Reinhardt University for Johnson. Mendoza left side. This one sailing and looks like that will retire the side from Waleska, Georgia. College baseball will be back in just a moment on SESN.
At Schrei Media, we believe in the power of connection, promoting your brand while supporting your community. Our goal is to elevate your presence and amplify your message through local sports. With Schrei Media, advertising goes beyond traditional boundaries. Get on television, make an impact. Take the first step towards a future where your brand is not just seen, but celebrated.
Welcome back to Waleska, Georgia. College baseball on the Southeast Sports Network. This one chopped right side, a race down to first, and Kroll makes the play. One away. That's quite the start.
It's a good start. It seemed like the ball kind of, ate Allen up at second base, but he was able to gather it up, make a good throw. It was a big stretch by Nash Kroll over at first base.
It seems like we're having what's shaping up to be a pitcher's duel so far in this one with the way that Galvez and Borst are performing. Of course, in these games, every mistake made on the mound is magnified, so that rough stretch that Galvez had in the previous inning, which allowed Johnson to score the first run, may come back to haunt the Eagles depending on how the rest of this game goes.
Pumped up, trailing left side towards the chalk and the wall. Reinhardt has two away.
Now batting the third baseman, number 15, Braden Taylor.
Kiefer couldn't do anything. He's replaced by Braden Taylor at the plate. Taylor 0 for 1 in this game. He's had a good season, batting .290. Fouls off right side, back into the tree line. Count is 2-1 with two away. Right side, this one down in the outfield, and he's on board over at first. Really well struck to get on board. Two away, and so this inning is still alive for the Royals.
It felt like Johnson did a lot of that yesterday, just doing enough to be a thorn in Reinhardt's side. Right now, Reinhardt down by a run, 2 outs quickly on the board, looking to retire the side and get back into the batter's box, and Johnson saying not so fast.
Bit high and wide, that's a ball with 2 away and 1 on board. Big swing, that's strike 1. Count is 1-1 with 2 away. Big swing again, that's strike 2. Count 1-2, 2 away, 1 on board. Bryson Schoen batting now for Johnson's Royals. Schoen takes the chop at that, and that retires the side with 3 away. We'll be back with the other half of the inning on SCSN.
I got involved in officiating volleyball 8 years after I played Division I in college.
Saying yes to volleyball officiating will give you the privilege to be a part of one of the most exciting sports around.
I'm a speaker,
A builder.
I coach.
Culinary arts. Auditor.
A firefighter.
For anyone contemplating becoming a volleyball official, just go for it.
Take the plunge. Open the door.
Say yes to officiating. Learn more about how to get involved at Say Yes.
Welcome back to Waleska, Georgia, where it's 1-0 Johnson Royals lead over the Eagles of Reinhardt University. We're about to enter the bottom of the third. Reinhardt quickly retired that side. Before we get into this, a quick look right behind us, the other Ken White Field, where it's 1-1. Truett McConnell battling it out with the Eagles of Reinhardt. College softball, all the action back there. Looking good. We're about to get back underway here. Gabriel Schrei, Taylor Jackson, Lorenzo Robinson, a full booth on this sunshiny afternoon. If it was about 10 degrees warmer, I'd say it's a beautiful day.
Man, yesterday was a little chilly sitting over here in the booth with the windows open and everything. I was wearing a t-shirt. Now today I'm more prepared. Got my little sweatshirt on.
Yeah, I'm wearing a polo under the hoodie. That's a bold choice. Dress pants and a hoodie. Chopped right side. This goes foul.
So this game starting very similar for the Eagles to yesterday. Not really able to pick up any momentum. Who's going to be that person to spark things for them? Almost one complete time through the order.
Garrett Borst on the mound for Johnson. This is Matty Maurer at the plate. It's a strike. Count is 1-2. Bottom of the third from Waleska, Georgia. 1-0. Johnson Royals lead. Chopped off, trailing left side. This goes foul and out of play. Borst, the 1-2. Maurer fouls off, stays alive. I can hear Family Day happening off behind us. I can hear the music playing.
I'm kind of jealous.
I know. The 2-2. Maurer chops at it, and it goes foul. He stays alive. I want to go to Family Day.
Man.
You know, once during football season, they brought the public address announcer, Al Bell. They brought him a read, and they were like, "Oh, we're running out of Chick-fil-A sandwiches. Hurry and get one." So I made a joke. I was like, "Oh, I'd love a Chick-fil-A sandwich." And they brought me Chick-fil-A sandwiches. So if you guys ask, you never know. Something might show up.
Somebody was listening to you.
Yeah.
Could really use $1 million.
That was way too funny for a dad joke. Maurer gets this down, short outfield, and he's safe on the bag at first. Really wants to go to second, but he'll stay put in Waleska.
Really good at bat for Maurer right there. A 2-2 count, able to foul a few balls off as well, and just get a nice base hit in the center field. See if he can start a run here. See if they can capitalize on base runners here.
He's on board over at first, followed by Jacob Profit.
And that may be a turning point in this game. Reinhardt getting their first hit in the bottom of the third. Now at first, Jacob Profit, one of the better base runners in the country, a guy who was among the nation's leaders in stolen bases for the last 2 seasons.
Checking in over at first. Counts 1-0. Profit at the plate.
One of the more underrated aspects of him being on base is the attention he can draw away from the batter. Because as a pitcher, you have to pay special attention to a guy like that, as potent as he is at stealing bags.
Yeah, Borst is paying a lot of attention to him early. Stealing bases is a specialty of Johnson's Royals. 46 stolen bases entering this triple-header against Reinhardt.
And even if you can see over there, Profit's his lead is enormous. He's giving them a run for their money. Even the catcher is over here, a fake steal by Profit right here has the catcher, eyes over there. As he throws it, he checks in again at first base.
We talked a lot about Richard Castro. He made some noise last year when he first got on campus, hitting a bunch of home runs in a spring game. When he gets hot, when his bat gets working, he's a force.
Adds another dynamic to their lineup as well. I mean, there have been times, of course, we've seen him catch fire over the course of his time at Reinhardt. Even if the consistency hasn't always been there, we've seen what he looks like at his best. Definitely somebody that Reinhardt will need to catch fire if they're going to make a run into the national tournament.
Two 1 pitch, fouled off. Strike two. Count is 2-2 for Castro, none away in the bottom of the third for Reinhardt's Eagles, and Profit on board over at first. I got to give a little plug to my buddy Mike Krasny and Shootin' Bull coming out this next week, first edition of the podcast. Really enjoyed appearing. I was going to bring the shirt with me and show it on camera. He sent me a shirt. And really cool to be on the podcast. This one popped out, drops down in the short outfield. So now two on board for Reinhardt with none away. And the batting order starting to look dangerous as we're going to see Ruckert at the plate next for the Eagles.
Jamel Rucker had a really good day, a couple weeks ago versus KCU with a couple of triples himself.
All of a sudden, Reinhardt's starting to build some momentum. You can see their confidence growing at the plate. Richard Castro getting a big hit. He gets involved in the action early.
So you might know, you're a big baseball fan, right?
I would say so.
Are you a big baseball guy? So Jim Liritz and Gary Reasons were the two on the podcast with me, but they're a little they're pre-me, so they're definitely pre-you guys. I don't know if you know either of them. Liritz played for the Yankees, and Reasons played for the Giants and won a Super Bowl.
I'm a Yankees fan. I should know.
They were fun. They were fun to be on with. Two on board for the Eagles. This is Ruckert at the plate getting to work. Garrett Borst on top of the mound for Johnson's Royals.
With the speed of Profit out there at second in scoring position, just getting one in play could potentially bring a run home for Reinhardt.
Yeah, what's a single for most guys is an easy double with a guy like Profit. And he was trying to kind of sneak his way down there to third.
But maybe not. Maybe just trying to play some mind games with the pitcher and the catcher. Again, they know how potent he is at taking bags, so you really have to try to keep your eye on him at all times, but you can't forget about what you have to handle in the batter's box as well.
Count is 1-1 for Ruckert. Two on board. Johnson Royals lead 1-0. Rooker chops this left side. Profit is safe over at third. Really nice play.
And he's done that a few times this year. Really well-placed and well-timed bunts. Using his speed, and specifically when other fast guys are on base with him, really puts teams in a bind.
You got Jarrett Burney coming up to this. You're at the top of your lineup with bases loaded here. A big at-bat at the plate. A big opportunity for Jarrett Burney to see if he can put the ball in play here. Just get Reinhardt on the board.
Yeah, Rookard with the single. Both runners advance. Bases are loaded. No outs in the bottom of the third. Johnson leading 1-0. Jarrett Burney well into the 300s batting average at the plate for Reinhardt, who suffers strike one.
Second time through the order. Nothing can surprise them now from Borst. We'll see if they'll be able to take advantage. Ideally want to try to hit something into the gap, maybe bring a runner, potentially even more.
Quick couple of strikes. Borst has to be happy with that. Burney now down in the count, 0-2.
Burney's also very comfortable at making plays down on the count. One of the best hitters with 2 strikes on the board in the country.
Bases are loaded. The 1-2 pitch. Chopped foul. The sails back into the evergreens behind us. Well, it started out as a really beautiful day for this game, and I feel like it's kind of getting a little ominous out here.
I'm feeling the wind come through this through these windows, and I'm getting a little chilly.
The 1-2. Chopped into the outfield, sailing, and this one is down. Both runners are going to advance in an easy score for Profit, who makes it 1-1 in Waleska.
Big RBI for Burney there. Not only that, he moves a runner from second to third, so now Richard Castro is now in scoring position as well.
Just wanted to get something in play there to be able to tie this game up. All of a sudden, Reinhardt showing some life.
This is Allen following Burney to the plate. Runners on the corners to the Eagles of Reinhardt. We've got a runner advancing down to second, so 2 in scoring position as Rookard is automatic, and you can hear the fans chiding the players out on the field.
And a few weeks ago, you asked what makes playing at Ken White Field such a tough thing for opponents, and a very engaged crowd here in Waleska.
Big swing by Allen. Strike one. Count is 1-1, 1 away, 2 in scoring position for the Eagles of Reinhardt University. Zipped in, and that's strike 2. Hesitated before making the call. With 1 away and 2 in scoring position, here's the 1-2 pitch. Allen chops that, floating into the outfield. It's down. He's safe on board. 1 runner comes home, and the Eagles take the lead 3-1 over the Royals of Johnson as 2 score in Waleska, Georgia.
Allen, again, popping with his bat, really has become a real consistent member of this Eagle lineup. Yet again, making a huge play. Big time 2 RBI single there.
Now we always talk about the ability that Reinhardt has to score in bunches, and I think you're seeing that right here. One out, you got a big at bat with Dylan Lewis coming up at the plate with one runner on.
Checking in over at first, just one away. 2-run ball game. Eagles out in front on Ken White Field.
And it can be disheartening for opposing teams, very deflating when it seems like everything is going your way, and in the blink of an eye, Reinhardt just picks up momentum.
Keeping Allen on the bag.
You really want to see how Boris handles this situation here. The toll that big swing from Lewis, that's foul off to the left.
Lewis gets a hold of that, drives it off to the left, but nothing doing.
Now, if you're Boris, what do you think if you're Boris right here after just a shot like that, knowing that you got Dylan Lewis at the plate?
You have to try to refocus. You can't get it back. It's already happened. You really just need to try to lock in and don't turn a mountain into a molehill. You need to try to stop the bleeding as much as you can.
Lewis averaged this season .442, and he has a Santa-sized sack of hits, over 50. He's got one for all the little boys and girls, just dropping them off at every house. He's got to be one of the best hitters in the country.
Absolutely, and it's not surprising if you saw the way that he performed last season and really just continuing from that, continuing his upward trajectory.
It was ball one. Counts 1-2, one away. One on board for Reinhardt over at first. They lead by 2 runs, 3-1. One-two pitch. Allen looking for second, and he's safe out there. Really nice job by him advancing. Shows the perfect time. Count is 2-2 with one away with Lewis at the plate.
You can tell that Johnson's been paying special attention to the potency of Reinhardt when it comes to stealing bases. Yesterday, holding a few guys on the bag. Today, Reinhardt a little bit more aggressive and taking their chances when they see fit.
Allen staying on second. Lewis at the plate for the Eagles. One away, full count. Just one on board. Here's the delivery on the payoff pitch, and gonna walk him back to the dugout. 2 away.
Dylan Lewis not on the same page as that pitcher to umpire. It seems kind of inconsistent at the plate.
Zipped in for the ball. 2 away. Allen out on second. Lewis just outside of the top 20 for best batting averages in America. A couple of familiar faces in that top 20, though. Brian Zlofton, number 17 in the nation, batting. Country is led by Fury at Jessup. 116 appearances this season. His average is .517.
It's ridiculous.
I want to know about that conference. I want to know. Remember what I said yesterday, strength of schedule. We had a little conversation about that. I want to know about that strength of schedule. Who is he batting against? Children? Bro's hitting everything.
It's gotta be a little league team there.
I mean, that's crazy, 5'17".
If he's batting that, you might as well just intentionally walk him.
I think I'd be batting about 100 in this league. I mean, I don't think I could hit anything. Counts 3-0, 2 away. Dropped in for strike one. Oropeza, McKenna, Duarte, and Teal round out the top five. Oropeza is at Talladega in Alabama. His average is .509. 3 batters with an average of .500 playing across the country. Louisiana Christian's McKenna. Nearly 100 appearances this season. He's batting .500.
Johnson, head coach here, man. Take a visit to the mound and see if he can either make a pitching change or see if he can calm down Morse on the mound.
Two away. In this situation, I mean, does it make sense to pull someone right now with runners on the corners?
I think this early in the game with 2 outs, I think you trust him. You gotta see if he can get out of a tough situation. See if you can stop the bleeding here and just get into just keep them at a 2-run lead.
And of course, it wouldn't really be ideal for you to try to pull him now. You want him to be able to finish this inning out, but depending on how this at-bat goes with Nash Kroll, it may force his hand.
That's one thing you don't want to let it get out of control. And I think you give him one at bat, a big at bat, a big batter at the plate with Nash Kroll.
Kroll pumps this up, sails foul. 2 away, runners on the corners. Kroll was the hero last night when he hit a grand slam to walk off for the win for the Eagles. He's getting a lot of attention right now. It's gone viral twice in 1 week.
And just continuing to ride that wave. Again, lost in kind of the situation that happened last week. All the well wishes and everything, so people just waiting to see an update on what his status would be. I don't think a lot of the country knew that Nash Kroll was as good as he is, but he has been one of the most consistent batters in the country for the better part of 2 years. It's good to see him getting this kind of shine right now.
That one's low in the turf. 2 away, runners on the corners. Count is 2-1. Little check-in out at second. The 2-1 pitch. Kroll chops this left side, goes foul. Kroll, big swing. That retires the side in Molesca, Georgia. We'll take a break and be back. 2-run game. Eagles lead on SCSN. Don't go anywhere.
Is now on Amazon Fire TV. Now you can download the SESN app and watch on any Amazon-enabled device, such as your Fire Stick. The easiest way to download the app is to go to our website, find the Watch SESN tab, and click Fire TV app. Then just select your device from the list. That's it. free and easy. Enjoy watching the Southeast Sports Network on your Fire TV, Fire Stick, or Fire Tablet with just a few clicks.
Turn it up. We going big. Throw it down. We gonna really live. Let's go all out. Let's go all out. You know it's gonna get loud. 'Cause we getting down.
Your vacation is now playing in Tennessee.
Welcome back to Alaska, Georgia. College baseball on the Southeast Sports Network. We've reached the top of the fourth between the Eagles of Reinhardt and the Royals of Johnson, where it's a two-run game. Eagles out in front here on SCSN. Thanks for being with us. Gabriel Schrei, Lorenzo Robinson, Taylor Jackson, all in the booth. Thrilled to have you along for the ride. This has been a really good one so far. Chopped, sailing, left side, and it's off the wall. He's going to make his way down to second, where he's safe on the bag. One on board, a hot start to the top of the fourth for the Royals of Johnson.
Johnson continuing to stay attached to the hip of Reinhardt, not really allowing them to get too far out in front. Nice leadoff double there as they try to eat away at this two-run advantage that Reinhardt built in the third.
If you're Johnson here, that's exactly how you want to respond to a situation like this. You know, you just let Reinhardt put up a 3 spot in the third inning, at the bottom of the third, and you respond with a nice double that's off the back fence.
As a team, they've been pretty uneven this season. They've been up and down, but you have to like the way that they've conducted themselves here at Ken White Field, really hanging tough with a team that's playing as well as anyone in the country.
You know, the monster that Reinhardt has solidified itself as, you know, taking down the number one in the country last week and being able today. You have to see Johnson has a big opportunity here to make a statement for themselves, especially coming down to the wire. You know, late in the season. You know, you want to be able to push into the tournament. You want to be able to show the committee that you can play.
What a statement they'd be making by knocking off a team like Reinhardt. And then looking at the other side, conversely, speaking about the Eagles, all the pressure is on them, right? Like, you've set the bar by beating Southeastern, so
you put like a major target on your back, a major bullseye that's on your back, and now everybody wants a piece of Reinhardt University.
When you beat the number one team in the country, when you compete against other groups, you have set that standard. So to your fan base, it would be almost unacceptable to lose games like these or lose series like these. And Johnson trying to take advantage of that, trying to really push and force the issue.
Quick strike. 2 on board for the Royals.
Man at the plate for Johnson, Braden Knott had a really nice game yesterday. Did a little bit of everything, was nice at the plate, a few big plays in the field. He was asked to close the game out on the mound, but unraveled a little bit as Johnson lost their 3-run lead in the 9th.
Count is 1-2 with 2 on board. Popped up, sailing towards the center of the outfield, and 1 away.
Handling the center fielder. Number 1, Blaze Blanchard.
Johnson adding another run to their total, making things very interesting here in Waleska. And like I said before, really hanging around. They've been a thorn in Reinhardt's side. And you can tell with the way that they came out in the first game of this series that they were not going to be denied. They were not going to be intimidated. They're really forcing Reinhardt to work for this one, probably a little bit harder than they thought coming in. And obviously not an ideal start to the appearance from Kobe Allison. What a tremendous play!
Laser from left field there. Matty Maurer with the tag at the plate. And just saves Reinhardt from keeping that lead to 3-2 here.
Heck of a throw from Dylan Lewis to get that out at home plate. When we return, Reinhardt 3, Johnson 2.
Welcome back to Waleska, Georgia, and Ken White Field, where it's a one-run game. We're entering the bottom of the fourth between the Royals and the Eagles. We apologize if you've been kicked off the broadcast. You're back on it. We're in a battle with the internet out here at Ken White. We're a ways away from the nearest facility, so it's all run over wires, and it's tough. We're hanging with it. So if you do lose us, remember SCSNsports.com/how to watch. One way or another, we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Welcome back alongside the field, alongside the turf. Thrilled to have you with us. This is Luis Mendoza leading us off on this side of the inning as he chomps in left side down along the chalk, making his way down to first, and he's cut down one away.
So Mendoza going down there, but I hope enough fans were on the stream to be able to appreciate the play that Dylan Lewis just made from left field, throwing that one on a rope to home plate. Matty Maurer getting that with imperfect position to make the tag, preventing Johnson from tying the game up.
We lost our umpire way back in the beginning of this one.
And I will tell you, it is different. Very different. Umpire behind the plate right now seems to be a little inconsistent. Maybe not as much experience behind the plate.
Trailing into the center of the field and make it 2 down.
I'd say using words like inconsistent and different are a very nice way of putting it.
We are professional on this broadcast.
That's a very nice way of putting it. Inconsistent and different.
I will say this. The umpire behind the plate does have his balls and strikes backwards when he puts his hands up. So when I say the experience of him might not have as much experience as others, that may be what we're looking at there.
maybe even a massive gap in experience, I'd say. But as a team, those are things that are outside of your control. You can't really focus on that. You can just control what you can control and try to play your game.
That'll retire the side. 3 away. We go to the top of the 5th just like that. We'll be back on SCSN. Don't go anywhere.
Southeast Sports Network is now on Amazon Fire TV. Now you can download the SESN app and watch on any Amazon-enabled device, such as your Fire Stick. The easiest way to download the app is to go to our website, find the Watch SESN tab, and click Fire TV app. Then just select your device from the list. That's it. Free and easy. Enjoy watching the Southeast Sports Network on your Fire TV, Fire Stick, or Fire tablet with just a few clicks.
Welcome back to Ken Whitefield College Baseball as we've entered into the top of the 5th between the Royals of Johnson and the Eagles of Reinhardt University. It's a 1-run game. Welcome into the booth. Thanks for being with us. I'm Gabriel Schrei, Taylor Jackson, Lorenzo Robinson here with me. This is Taylor. Lorenzo is charging his phone. Welcome into the booth. Thanks for being with us. Thrilled to have you along for the ride. This is a good one. We've lost the feed once or twice, so I just want to remind everyone that you can find all the ways to watch and get back with us. SCSNsports.com/how to watch. If you do lose us, that's where you can get tuned back in and find all the different ways to find the game. Obviously, it's pretty disruptive, so I apologize for that, but nothing we can do about losing the network. Looks like we're having some problems now, but I'm not sure what would even be causing it. It's not as sharp as it should be. This is Kiefer at the plate. Allison delivers a strike. The 0-1 pitch. Kiefer holds off, strike 2. Kiefer chops this to the right side, rattling along the line, and the play at the bag puts him away. 1 down in the 5th.
Very unique way to get that out from Nash Kroll. Slow little ground ball around the first base line. He actually grabbed, barehanded the ball and dove at the bag and touched the ball itself to the base to get the out.
It's good hustle there. Definitely unique, a nice way of putting it, but whatever you have to do, scratch and claw, whatever you got to do to get that out.
Got a Royal being helped off of the field back to the dugout. Hopefully he's all right. Braden Taylor next to the plate for the Royals of Johnson. Kobe Allison pitching for Reinhardt University.
Slight little check swing by Braden Taylor there. He will get called strike on that first pitch strike from Kobe Allison.
One away, count is 1-1. Top of the 5th, 1-run game. Zipped in. Count is 2-1. Fouled off for strike 2. Chopped left side. This one into the outfield, and he's on board over at first. Really great hit by Brayton Taylor. He's 2 for 3 now on the day.
Johnson was in prime position to tie the game up in the previous inning. They were unable to do so. Let's see if they're able to connect here and find that elusive third run.
Zipped in, strike 1 with 1 on board. Count is 1-1 with 1 away. Taylor over on first. This is Bryson Schoen at the plate for Johnson's Royals. Allison fires the pitch. Schoen has to step off. One on board, 1 away. The 2-1. That's high for ball 3. Schoen ahead in the count. Three-1 outside, and that walks Schoen down on board at first. So now 2 on board with 1 away. Taylor out at second, Schoen at first. Really prime position. Good opportunity for QC and the Royals, who are trailing by just 1 run. Right side, this one's down in the outfield. We've got a runner coming home. No, he'll stay. The Royals now have loaded bases as QC ropes that single to the right. Big time situation for Sanchez, who is next in the batting order. Here he comes.
Seems like it didn't take the Royals long to figure Kobe Allison out. Reeling right now on the mound. Really needs to get a handle on things.
Now, just last inning, we had this same situation, though. Johnson really has to focus on capitalizing with these, with ducks on the pond here and a big, lead run sitting at second base.
Strike 1 with bases loaded, just 1 away. Sanchez, the one working against Allison. Big swing. That's strike 2. Allison ahead on the count. Quick ball by Allison. Count is 1-2. Bases loaded, 1 away. Sanchez working at the plate. Back behind us on the other Ken White field, Reinhardt Eagles softball team leading 1-0 over U-Pike. A bit high. With 1 away and bases loaded, count is 2-2.
Allison was well ahead on the count, 0-2. 3 consecutive balls thrown from him, allowing the count to fill up. And now kind of in a position where he has to throw a strike. You don't want to walk the batter because that brings a free run home for Johnson.
The payoff pitch. Chopped left side. This one goes foul. Bases loaded, count is full, 1 away. Johnson trailing by just 1, 3-2. Sanchez fouls this right side. It sails out of play and into the evergreens.
He's bringing Allison into the deep end here, taking him deep into the count, forcing his pitch count to go up. Is he going to be able to capitalize on the many chances that he's given himself?
Checking in over at first. Kroll says he caught my foot, but not going to get it. We'll play on.
Another example of why the NAIA baseball committee needs to institute instant replay in these games.
Not only that, it really hurts that you're down. You're down an umpire right now as well.
Sanchez caught swinging. He goes back to the dugout, so 2 away with bases loaded. Allison strikes him out. That's big time from Kobe Allison, looking strong in the 5th.
He was taken out into the deep end there by Sanchez, forced to go deep into the count, was ahead 0-2. Then it fills up at 3-2. Nice job of him, able to close the book on that at-bat.
Braden Ott is 0 for 1 today. Two away, bases loaded. The 1-0 pitch. Chopped left side, this one rolling down foul.
Best case scenario there for Mott, because if that one stays fair, then surely that would have prompted a changing of the sides.
Strike 2. 2 away, bases loaded. Count is 1-2. 1-run game in the top of the 5th.
And this would do worlds for Kobe Allison's confidence if he's able to get out of this jam here unscathed.
Here's the 1-2. Wow, struck him out, caught him looking. Unreal. That'll retire the side. We go to the bottom of the 5th in Waleska, Georgia. Reinhardt Eagles lead by a run on SCSN. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Waleska, Georgia on the Southeast Sports Network. We've reached the bottom of the 5th between the Eagles and the Royals. 1-run game, 3-2. Reinhardt leading Johnson as we head into this side of the inning. Gabriel Schrei, Lorenzo Robinson, Taylor Jackson. Really good action to this point between these two.
Absolutely tremendous action on both sides, and Johnson just then had a golden chance to tie this game up, potentially do even more. The bases were loaded, 1 out on the board. They were unable to capitalize. Nice job by Kobe Allison. So after that, the Eagles still clinging to a 1-run advantage with Jamel Ruckert coming up to the plate. We've seen Jamel Ruckert in a few different situations, able to make plays for Reinhardt. And we'll see what he's able to do here. Borst remaining on the mound, and all things considered, having a pretty good outing, going up against one of the more talented lineups in the country, has really conducted himself very well. Reinhardt pretty much only had one inning of any meaningful plays at the plate. Of course, that inning resulted in the Eagles putting up 3 runs. Counts 1-1, and it will be crucial for Borst here to keep this Eagle lineup at bay. You're only trailing by 1 run. We saw Johnson and what they were able to do in the previous game. Hang around, and then they had their explosion in the 7th yesterday, putting up a 3 spot, taking a 3-run lead. Unfortunately, not able to close it out, but that has to be the game plan if you're going to beat a team like Reinhardt, especially when they have the talent that they have within their lineup. Full count here, 3-2.
Big swing from Rooker. Foul off the left side here.
And this eerily similar to the at-bat that we saw in the top half of this inning. Sanchez took Kobe Allison out into the deep end. About 12 pitches for the at-bat. Allison able to close the deal. We'll see what Borst is able to do here against Ruckert. Ruckert's very patient at the plate, so this is not unusual for him. Continuing to fight it off and stay alive. He's another one of those talented base runners for the Eagles, very capable of making things happen once he arrives on base. Puts a lot of stress on pitchers with his speed. So now he makes his way to first as we go back to the top of Reinhardt's order with Jared Burney coming up to the plate.
Number 10, Jared Burney.
So the last time that we saw kind of this 1-2 combination of Ruckert getting on base and Burney coming up to the plate, it meant good things for the Eagles, and it really prompted their rally in that 3rd inning. And a check-in here at first. Again, Ruckert, his speed definitely respected. When he arrives on base, puts a lot of stress in the hearts and minds of pitchers. Things get very dicey if you don't try to keep him in check over there. And you see there again another attempt, and you see how much respect Johnson has. We spoke about them being very prolific, stealing bases so far this season, but Reinhardt, multiple guys who are very capable of making life difficult for teams along the base paths. So do these continuous check-ins kind of take your attention away from what's happening at the plate, and you need to be able to focus, especially with a batter who's having the type of year that Jared Burney's having. So the count now 1-2. Birdie pops this one up. It will be corralled out in right field, and Rooker remains put at first.
So one away in Waleska, Georgia. One on board in the bottom of the fifth, where it's a one-run game. It's a little cold, but I think we got a beautiful day for it here. You can see the softball team that's off just behind us. And a look at Ken White Field, where we're playing now. Really good action between these two. Little check-in over at first. Keeping Rooker honest.
Rosario Allen back at the plate, and he's already made his presence felt with a huge RBI earlier in this one. And again, another check-in at first. You can tell there was a huge point of emphasis for Johnson coming into this game to not allow Reinhardt to feel comfortable with taking any bases. When they see those openings, they're prepared to pounce, and you really feel like Johnson trying their hardest to keep them at bay. Allen got a lot of wood on that one, but it goes foul. And again, with the exception of that third inning, Borst has conducted himself very well on the mound for the Royals. Eagles haven't been able to pick up any consistent momentum in this one, as this one drops into right field. Nice hit there from Allen. So that's his second hit of the game. Rooker moves into scoring position. He's now at second base. 2 men on for the Eagles with Dylan Lewis coming up to the plate.
Yeah, that's the worst case scenario, too, if you're Johnson, to have Lewis be the next in the batting order.
Especially with 2 runners on. Big opportunity here for Reinhardt to, take an extra step and, taking that lead over and, extending that lead from 1.
You got that sense, especially when Jamel Rooker found his way on base after being walked with a great at-bat facing off against Borst, that this felt very similar to that third inning.
Lewis blasts that. It goes straight up towards the edge of the infield, and so as it comes down, he'll go back to the dugout. We've got 2 away.
And that was not ideal there from Reinhardt. Dylan Lewis popping that one straight up in the air, and Johnson easily able to retrieve it. So now with 2 outs on the board, still 2 men on base. And Tucker's doing it with 1 swing of the bat can change everything for the Eagles. We've seen it time and time again.
Baseball crowds are my favorite. They're fun.
Very fun in settings like these, very engaged. You can tell that they're knowledgeable about the game. They know what's going on, and has to be difficult for the opposing team to go against a great team on the field and very energetic and chatty fans off of it.
Zadunik's average this season is .376. Fouls off.
So we saw Allison get out of that jam in the top of this inning. Boris trying to return the favor here, got in a little bit of trouble. 2 men on base trying to leave the runners stranded. Going up against one of the better bats in the country over the course of the last 3 seasons in Tucker Zadunik.
Two away, 2 runners on board, 1 at second in scoring position. Allen's over on first. Count is 1-2. Forced from the mound. Zadunik fouls off right side.
It seems like he's trying to find that balance between being aggressive at the plate and staying patient, waiting on the right pitch to pounce on. More times that Boris pitches to him, you feel like Zadunik is getting closer and closer to receiving that pitch that he can't back off of.
Nice little rope towards the edge of the outfield. He's cut down, and that retires the side. So we'll take a break, these 2 programs, and be back with more college baseball on the top of the 6th in just a moment.
Welcome to the new era of brand promotion. Are you trying to find a way to make a splash? We understand that advertising isn't what it used to be. Things have changed. Advertising is both more dynamic and more engaging. Schrei Media keeps your brand not just seen, but remembered. In a world where staying relevant is key, we are your partners in staying top of mind.
A 1-run game in Waleska, Georgia. Thanks for being with us. Gabriel Schrei, Lorenzo Robinson. Taylor Jackson's around here somewhere. He's not in the box with us right now, but you are. Southeast Sports Network.
Seems like there's been a lot of shuffling in and out.
There's been enough. Been shuffling around. Then the internet dropping has been a little distracting. Shuffling streams, maybe. For folks at home, for us too.
But still, we soldier on.
Yeah, we're making it. We're into the 6th, and we just got to make it through like 10 more innings. We can do this. The internet can do this. 1-run game. At any point, does your strategy start to change down this backstretch? If so, when is my first question. Obviously it's going to, but if so, when? And secondly, do you really put a little more into trying to win this middle game because it could mean taking the series? Drop down in the edge of the outfield. He's on board over at first.
Well, to answer your first question, if you're Johnson, your strategy doesn't necessarily have to change because you've had early success in this game. You've been able to load the bases on more than one occasion. You've been able to put yourself in good positions. They have 8 hits in this game, so it's not like they've been able to make things happen offensively. They just have to capitalize and close the deal in those situations. And, of course, there's going to be more emphasis on trying to win this middle game because it does mean that you can win the series. If you lose this game, then you would just have to settle with taking one off of Reinhardt, which would be an impressive feat to do something that your program hasn't done in their history, as Johnson hasn't been able to overcome that hill. But it would be even more impressive to have a series victory against the Eagles.
One on board, and he stays on that bag as Kroll takes this one.
But Johnson has been able to make plays at the plate. First against Galvez and now against Kobe Allison. They just have not been able to make that one last push to be able to tie this game up or take the lead. It seems like every time they get close, Reinhardt's able to close the deal.
The 0-2 pitch. Popped up, this one going foul. One on board for Johnson in the top of the sixth. Here's the 1-2. Chopped left. This goes foul as well. A little outside for the ball.
There were a few times in that last inning that Kobe Allison was able to get 2 quick strikes on the board and wasn't able to get to that third one on a few occasions. One of them, the bases, the count was full until he was able to get the strikeout.
Full count.
Johnson, some great plate discipline by them.
Here's the payoff pitch. Big swing. He strikes out, and a play down at second base. Reinhardt says they got him, but he stays on the bag.
So a nice job by the runner advancing in the scoring position now at second base. But you got to give Allison a lot of credit for staying focused on the task at hand and getting that strikeout.
Next to the batting order, Royals man holds off. This is Travis Hobbin-Siefken, a junior infielder, outfielder. Almost 80 at-bats this year for him. Ropes this left side, it's down. One runner from scoring position comes across third. Now he's going to go back as the ball is in the glove of Mauer. So 2 in scoring position for the Royals as they trail by just 1 run to the Eagles of Reinhardt with 1 away.
And not a wholly unique experience here for Johnson. This is the 3rd consecutive inning that they've had runners at second and third at some point during the inning. So they've had plenty of chances. They need to be able to strike here. They have to take advantage. Because as much as they're just hanging around and really being a thorn in Reinhardt's side, the Eagles, their bat's still kind of coming together. Only 5 hits so far in this game. You don't want to give them a chance to catch fire and then extend their advantage. So Johnson needs to try to put some pressure on them here by scoring some runs.
This one's loose. Mauer can't get to it in time as Johnson's Royals tie the game 3 runs apiece.
Second run that Johnson has scored in this game by way of a wild pitch, taking advantage of a few rare miscues. Just like that, this game is tied up.
Matt Newton, the sophomore, batting. Here's the 1-0.
You could just tell by Johnson's energy yesterday that they were coming to Ken White Field with something to prove. They were not going to be intimidated by the setting, the situation, or the attention. They have played really well against the top-ranked team in the conference and a team that's trying to find themselves in the top 10 inside the national poll.
Caught by the 1-1. That puts him on board. So now in a tie ball game, 3 runs apiece. We've got runners on the corners for Johnson's Royals. Next at the plate is Braden Taylor, the third baseman and junior. He's been good this season, 29 hits entering today, a couple of homers as well.
I've said it a few times in this series. I really wish that NAI at some point would institute instant replay of some sort. Of scene like that may have caught him by a whisker.
Another scramble back to the ball for Maurer as a runner advances down into scoring position out at second. So now 2 threatening for Johnson's Royals in a tie ball game, 3 runs apiece.
Wild pitches, passed balls, really not going Reinhardt's way in this one. Led to a few easy runs for Johnson. Just want to try to get something in play with 2 men in scoring position.
Braden Taylor, the junior, taking his cuts. Count is 2-0. 1 away, 2 in scoring position. Sort of into the late stages. A good hit here could be clutch. Reinhardt thought they were going to be able to put him back in the dugout, but instead it's a strike as this trends out of play back towards the road and into the evergreens.
Can be even more clutch just when considering the way that these pitching staffs have performed, that when you see that chink in their armor, you need to be able to capitalize.
He's cut down at first, but Johnson takes the lead, 4-3 in Waleska, Georgia, on the quick single to the right side.
And the Johnson contingent being very loud. They like that one. A lot of fans here making that trip from Tennessee for the Royals.
Showing up the bat right here with 2 outs and a big at bat from him. You know, he hit a home run yesterday with a runner on third here.
He's got a runner in scoring position, as you just said, and Schoen has been good this year. Not only yesterday, but his average this season, 252, carries 17 RBIs into this game, so something he's not unfamiliar with. Would love to push the lead to 2 runs for the Royals, and certainly in position to do 2. This one chopped right side, sailing, and that retires the side in Waleska. It's a 1-run game. Royals leading 4-3 over the Eagles of Reinhardt University. Welcome back to Waleska, Georgia, and just above Ken White Field from the press box, it's the Southeast Sports Network. We've reached the bottom of the 6th between the Eagles and the Royals. Johnson leading by 1 run, 4-3. Gabriel Schrei, Taylor Jackson, Lorenzo Robinson, appreciate you being with us. These guys have some interesting perspectives, both longtime athletes, great in prep, great in college.
So yesterday's hero, Nash Kroll, at the plate, trying to reprise his role.
Kroll
big hit for Nash Kroll here.
To the center, and he's gone, one away.
Nash Kroll's giving that center fielder a day. That's his second hit out to the center fielder.
Luis Mendoza will replace him, taking his cuts. Mendoza's been really good this season, 350 average. Almost 30 hits. He's got 29. If he gets one here, that'll be 30.
More on Kroll. It just seems like the way the wind has been today, it seems like it's been pushing downward. So some of those big-time shots that we're used to seeing from him, not really getting a whole lot of assistance from the elements. If anything, it's been kind of limiting him. Also doesn't help that Reinhardt's center field walled 400 feet dead center.
That's a deep field. Mendoza suffers strike two. What do they call those old guys from the cartoon? Was that the Muppets that were up in the... You know what I'm talking about? Somebody knows exactly what I'm talking about that's listening that thinks this is hilarious, that I can't think of it.
I'm 22 years old.
What are you trying to say, Lorenzo?
What am I trying to say? What is he trying to say?
And the count is 1 and 2. Yeah.
It is the Muppets. See, I knew it. I had to Google it. Popped up. Mendoza's in trouble. And 2 away for Johnson's Royals. I don't know. I've never heard him called that, but anyhow, they're like the peanut gallery. Stadler and Waldorf. I'm just thinking these guys over here are like that are making all the noise for Johnson.
Okay, but you know that's our teammates, right?
It is?
That's doing all the chirping.
I feel like they're rooting for Johnson.
I don't know.
It's a battle happening in the stands.
There is a battle,
fans and Reinhardt's fans as well.
The real battle today is who is cheering the most.
And that battle, much like the one on the field, is very even so far in this one.
1-0. 2 away. Matty Maurer is at the plate, the catcher. I didn't know they were called Statler and Waldorf. I don't know if I feel like this is Mandela effect.
I hate to say I'm unfamiliar with what you're referring to. I'm sorry about that.
I've never heard of that stuff in my life.
Sorry about that.
Them or the Mandela effect.
22 years. No, I don't know who Statler and Waldorf is.
I mean, that's okay. You don't have to know what that is. You're not missing out on anything. Just the joke.
I know who Elmo and the Cookie Monster is.
It's the same. Similar? It's the same. Yeah.
That's Sesame Street, isn't it?
Yeah.
You get the idea. No, it's the same zip code. They live on the same block.
Same building.
Yeah.
Same zip code.
Different sides of the hall. Same building.
Sesame Street, get it?
So Maurer is going to take his place on first. Pinch runner coming in for him. Looks like Profit. And we've got a meeting on top of the mound.
Fair to wonder if Bor's day is done. He's conducted himself very well. He's had a very nice appearance going up against this potent Reinhardt lineup, and his day will be done. He provided plenty of great moments for Johnson during his appearance, and he has a lot to be happy about as he makes his way to the dugout.
Just a reminder, you can find all the ways to tune in, scснsports.com/how-to-watch. Anytime, anywhere, find all the games, ways to tune in. Big thanks to LJ Telephone Company for carrying today's games on ETC3. Much appreciated. Take a look at the current top 25 in college baseball across the nation. The poll still standing from before Reinhardt's gigantic upset of the Fire of SCU. Southeastern number 1. Their record also is from before that upset. Reinhardt number 11. It'll be interesting to see how things change in the next edition of the college baseball poll from the front office of the NAIA. A couple of Appalachian Athletic Conference teams receiving votes in the poll, and here's a look at the conference standings. Reinhardt University number 1, followed by Pikeville, Tennessee Wesleyan, and Milligan. Union College rounding out the top 5 in Appalachian Athletic Conference action. Johnson coming off of a series against Truett McConnell. They've got one coming up this week. Georgia Gwinnett, St. Andrews, Carolina University, their next 3. Reinhardt's schedule obviously had that tripleheader against Southeastern. Got to wrap up this tripleheader against Johnson, then Montreat, and a tripleheader against Bryan College coming up. Two away. James Showalter pitching now as he rings up a strike. 1 on board here in the bottom of the 6th in a 1-run game. Profit the pinch runner over on first. This is Richard Castro. He's 1 for 2 today. Usually if he can get a hit, he's hot.
Yeah, and we've seen him be able to make plays happen, especially throughout his time on campus, and he started things off very well in this game, so maybe he can carry some momentum with him.
Big swing, strike 2.
And the speed of Profit at first, but 2 outs on the board, kind of negating it a little bit.
Two away for the Eagles. Richard Castro at the plate, taking his cuts. Showalter just recently checking in on top of the mound, looking sharp early for the Royals.
Castro's base hit really helped Reinhardt start their rally in that 3rd.
The 1-2. Castro pops this up, trending right side towards the chalk. Johnson thinks they have it. This one goes foul and out of play. So he stays alive. He'll go back to the plate with a 1-2 count. 2 away and Profit on board at first.
That's a quality hack there from Castro. New pitcher on the mound. You want to try to make him uncomfortable, especially early.
Chopped right side. This goes foul.
He's really making Showalter work for this one. Continuing to give himself bites at the apple. Trying to cash in on one of these chances that he's giving himself. Meanwhile, Showalter, he can't lose focus. He needs to be able to get this punch out here to end the inning.
With 2 away, Castro, big swing, He strikes out. So that'll retire the side, and we'll be back in just a moment in a one-run game from Waleska. Welcome back to Ken White Field, Waleska, Georgia. College baseball, SESN. One-run game between the Royals of Johnson, Eagles of Reinhardt. We've got it all on SESN. Gabriel Schrei, Taylor Jackson, Lorenzo Robinson. Thrilled to have you along with us for the ride as we enter the top of the seventh between these two.
And for the Royals, it seemed like it was just a matter of time until they were going to finally cash in on one of these golden chances that they had. 3 consecutive innings with 2 runners in scoring position. Finally able to bring them home, and now they hold the lead. Reinhardt unable to match them in the bottom of the 6th.
2 quick strikes. Lasered in by Kobe Allison, looking sharp in the 7th.
That's a
little low.
Allison's been trying to get that to happen ever since he's been on the mound, trying to get one of Johnson's batters to chase at something low.
He'll take it. Cashes him out, sends him back to the dugout. Sanchez will replace him at the plate. Fouled off. The 0-1, big swing. That's strike 2.
Allison being very efficient here. Again, count on his side. It's 0-2. Any pitch at his disposal.
Struck him out. 2 away.
It just feels like Allison, ever since he was in that jam in the previous inning, he's come back onto the mound with a renewed sense of focus. You can feel that urgency starting to rise, especially with Johnson pulling out in front.
I can't help but to hear Reinhardt's fans over here chanting and chirping. Has me laughing over here, being able to hear them.
Can they come to every sporting event? I love them. They're funny. They're cracking me up. I'm having a hard time staying focused. They're so funny. Chopped left side. Royals man down to first, and that retires the side. What a way to end it for the Eagles of Reinhardt University. We'll take a break and be back in Waleska, Georgia. Welcome back to Ken White Field in Waleska, Georgia, where it's a one-run game. Welcome inside of the booth, Gabriel Schrei, Taylor in the middle, Lorenzo on the end. Appreciate you being with us for all the action today. This has been a really good one, and excited to have you along for the ride as we're kind of coming down the back stretch now.
We are, and it feels very similar again to what we saw yesterday. Johnson hanging around until they were able to make their mark. Right now, they have 9 hits to Reinhardt's 5, so 2 games in a row that Reinhardt's bats have started slowly. They're hoping for a spark here, and that's exactly what Coach Burton's trying to do, inserting Lance Dockery into the lineup.
This will be his first at-bat of the game, just a quick check-in for this inning.
He's one of the more clutch bats on their team, so not a surprise to see Coach Burton turn to him.
I mean, you mentioned clutch bats. He's also one of the most consistent bats on the team as well, especially 0 outs. You really want to see if you can spark, a big run here. Get those bunch of runs that you like, that Reinhardt likes to get, at those big moments. 0-2 on the count here with 0 outs.
The 0-2 in the bottom of the 7th, zipped in. Held off. Suffers the strike. He'll go back to the dugout. Back to the top of the batting order. This is Jarrett Burney stepping up.
If you're a fan of the Eagles, you may be prompted to start to feel like the game is slipping away, but if yesterday showed you anything, it's that the game isn't over until it's over, until there's 3 outs made in the bottom of the 9th inning. Reinhardt, with their capability of being able to catch fire at any moment, they will always have a chance as long as there's some outs on the board. But Johnson, 2 days in a row, they have to feel good about where they are at this point in the game.
Straight up, and that'll send him back to the dugout. So 2 away on this side of the inning.
Second game in a row that a bunt was popped straight up to a member of the Johnson Royals. It's rare to see that happen one time in a series, yet alone 2 times in one series and in back-to-back games. Reinhardt's lineup's been quiet, but Marcerio Allen's been anything but. We'll see what he's going to be able to do. They've really relied on him for some consistent offense in this game.
Strike 1. 2 away. Count is 1-1 from Ken White Field. Two one, zipped in for strike 2. 2 away. Count is 2-2 for Burney. Allen, excuse me. It's a 1-run game, 4-3. Johnson in the driver's seat as Allen goes after this. A race down to first. He won't win it. And that retires the side. So we'll be back with the top of the 8th in Waleska from Ken White in just a moment.
Southeast Sports Network is now on Amazon Fire TV. Now you can download the SESN app and watch on any Amazon-enabled device, such as your Fire Stick. The easiest way to download the app is to go to our website, find the Watch SESN tab, and click Fire TV app. Then just select your device from the list. That's it. Free and easy. Enjoy watching the Southeast Sports Network on your Fire TV, Fire Stick, or Fire tablet with just a few clicks.
Welcome back to Ken White Field. It's the top of the 8th from Molesca, Georgia. College baseball on SCSN. Thanks so much for being with us. Gabriel Schrei, Taylor Jackson, and a potentially angry Lorenzo Robinson who's slamming his phone around over there. What's going on?
He can't get the Wi-Fi to work on his laptop.
I can't get the internet to work for the broadcast, so I feel that. It just doesn't. It doesn't.
It's got a mind of its own.
It's just doing whatever it feels like is the best right now.
The best is not very great.
No, it's less than ideal. This is Blaze, who's going to be first at the plate in the top of the 8th.
Second time in the series that we get a chance to see Brett Allen on the mound. Coach Burton trusts him in a lot of big spots. Started a few games for the Eagles. He's gone deep into games for them as well. One of their most consistent relievers. Of course, it's a constant battle of being able to try to ride him as much as you can, but you don't want to overwork him as well.
Big swing. That'll send him back to the dugout.
And right there, showcasing it there, getting a strikeout, facing off against the first batter that he's seen all game long.
Blaze couldn't handle Allen. Allen's been so good all season long. No surprise to see him come out. Looks so sharp against the first batter he faces. Seth Presley now at the plate, taking his cuts against Brett Allen. Allen's originally from Newey, Australia. Very jealous of the weather there. Going to be about 80 degrees during the day today. It's nighttime right now in Newcastle, Australia. Chopped left side. A race down to first. He won't win it, so 2 away in Waleska. Seth Presley replaced at the plate by Travis Hobensiefken. With 2 away, he chops this at Sale's right side and goes foul. The 1-1. Brett Allen, the 2-1 delivery. With 2 away, gonna walk him. He'll take his place down on first.
Very patient at bat there from the Royals. Very difficult to do, especially with 2 outs on the board. You want to try to, as human nature tells you, to try to get it all back at once, but laying back, being very patient. They get a man on base as they try to put together a 2-out rally, put even more pressure on the Eagles.
This is Matt Newton at the plate. Hobensiefken down on first. 2 away. Count is 0-1.
It's imperative that Brett Allen just closes the deal here. Needs to get that third out, especially because it's been hard for Reinhardt to be able to build some momentum offensively. You don't want that deficit to be too wide going into your final 6 outs.
It's just a one-run game, 4-3 Royals. 2 away on this side of the inning. We're on the top of the 8th from Waleska at Ken White Field.
And a run is manageable. You can find a way to scrap together and get a run. But you don't want to try to put yourself into too much of an hole.
Chopped down towards the outfield, and he's cut down at first, so that'll retire the side. We go to the bottom of the 8th. We'll keep it here and not take a break. Going into the bottom of the 8th, it's a one-run game, and you're talking about how, hey, they could scrape together a run right here and do something with that. How bad did they need to score a run right there? Is this an emergency situation against a team like Reinhardt when you only have 3 outs left to play with, or not really? You still feel like there's some space to work with in the top of that 9th?
You don't want to necessarily think of it as an emergency situation, but you do know at least recent history, right? And recent history tells us that having 6 runs, being up 6-3 going into the 9th isn't a safe advantage against Reinhardt, because they were able to put up as many runs as they did in the 9th inning to be able to come back and win that game. So you don't want to take it as an emergency situation. You just want your urgency level to rise to the occasion.
You definitely want to see them, get those little base hits, get runners in good position, and just be able to just take it one step at a time, one strike at a time, one ball at a time, one pitch at a time, and just just be able to you ain't got to scrape together a run, but it'd be nice to get some good hits in, to get the ball in play, and just allow your teammates to do what they know how to do. What you do all season, you got Dylan Lewis coming up. He's going to kick off the inning. It's a big at bat for him. He could take this run away for himself. You see him do it yesterday. In one inning, he was only one pitch took him. He took it for a ride.
Bottom of the 8th. This is Dylan Lewis, the 0-1. Lewis chops that right side, sailing towards the wall. He's chasing it, it's gone. Dylan Lewis, hello and goodbye to that pitch as he sends it yard and ties the game at 4 runs apiece between the Eagles and the Royals.
A guy like Dylan Lewis, just said it right before the bat, has the ability to take the game for himself. Big hit in right field. It didn't even look like right fielder had a chance. He just kept backing up and backing up. After you back up so far, you just got to know that the fence is coming, and it was gone. So now you got Reinhardt scoring 1. It's 4-4 here, bottom of the 8th.
This is Tucker Zadunik who's going to come to the plate. 53 home runs this season for Reinhardt's Eagles.
And that's why your urgency level needs to increase, because just like that, they're able to get themselves back into the ball game. You probably felt a sense of comfort. We have a lead. They haven't been able to hit too well throughout this one. And just like that, it's tied up.
Yeah, I would say the urgency level is basically through the roof after Reinhardt hit a grand slam, walk-off win last night against Johnson. Royals have to be paranoid. How can we stave off losing in that fashion again? And they see their chance at claiming the series slipping away in the bottom of the 8th.
And you play so many games, it's hard to come out every game and look dominant. You have to be able to win in different ways. Reinhardt trying to figure out a way to get this one, especially with their offense being a little bit spotty at times. It would feel really good for them to be able to steal 2 wins away from the Royals.
You talk about the game you had yesterday, being able to steal 2 wins. Your guy on deck right now is Nash Kroll. He is getting in a bat at this inning no matter what. When in a bat like him, Dylan Lewis putting 1 out, Nash Kroll coming up.
James Showalter Just over a dozen pitches thrown in this one against Reinhardt's Eagles from on top of that mound. Count is 2-2. Zdunek holds off as that one's low and outside, and it fills up our count.
I feel like Showalter's kind of compensating here. Doesn't want to give Zdunek something easy to take yard, especially with the way that he can make things change with just one swing of the bat.
The payoff pitch. Zdunek chops that right up the middle. Roped, and it's down to the outfield as he's on board at first.
See, this is what I mentioned earlier. I really want to see Reinhardt put together a bunch of hits here, be able to put runners in position. And you got Nash Kroll coming up at the plate just to do that himself.
It feels like that momentum has completely shifted the opposite direction. You heard some words from Johnson's fans. Their dugout was very chatty. All of a sudden, they're quiet. Reinhardt's fans are being chatty, and they're starting to sense it a little bit.
This is Nash Kroll. He hit a walk-off grand slam for the win last night. Got hit by a 100-mile-an-hour pitch in the face last week against the #1 team in the country. Had to go to the hospital, get stitches. Today, he's 0 for 3. The first game of the season we did together on SCSN, I said he might be due, and he was due. He could be due here.
And you may be some good luck for him because start to the season for him was a little bit up and down. It wasn't as dominant as we've seen him at the plate. And ever since the Southeast Rumble, it seemed like that was the real turning point for him. Ever since then, he's been what he's been throughout his Reinhardt career and been even better over the course of these past few weeks.
Kroll's originally from Canada. His parents are here this weekend. First time they've been stateside. First time they've seen him play college baseball. Pretty cool that they were on hand to be able to see that walk-off grand slam in person. That's a special moment.
One that family will surely never forget. I know they were very worried about him after the situation from last week as well.
Kroll! Oh my goodness! No way! He does it again! He's unstoppable! Reinhardt extends their lead! It's 6-4 Eagles! He's a home run machine!
There's nothing left to say, but Nash Kroll is that dude.
The confidence running through this Reinhardt dugout right now is through the roof. 2 home runs, 1 inning. Now you're up 6-4. You put up 3 runs. Now 0 outs. You got to continue to let that go. Continue to go in the right direction, being the offense that Johnson has had. You have to be able to capitalize and continue to score runs and put the ball in play.
There's not a lot of teams in the country that have a 3-headed monster in the middle of their lineup like the one that Reinhardt has with Lewis, Zdunek, and Kroll, and all of them making something happen for the Eagles and giving them the lead.
Yeah, it's really wild to think about it and put it that way. This one's a bit outside. Counts 1-1 for Luis Mendoza. If you somehow escape the deadly bat of Lewis and his average of 440, then you got to go against Zdunek, and his average is 385. And if you get past that, of course, his average seems low in comparison to those two at 344, but the power hitting of Nash Kroll, that's what you get. When he does make contact, it's gone.
3 guys, one of them is Zdunek, who's already been an All-American in his career. All 3 guys will surely receive plenty of All-American consideration after this year. And it's like a sleeping giant. You feel like you're keeping them at bay, you're keeping them at arm's length, and then when they wake up, there is definitely terror on the horizon, and we're seeing that here in the 8th inning.
Luis Mendoza. These fans are killing me. They are just a riot today.
And you're hearing Reinhardt fans now talking to Johnson's fans as well.
I could listen to that all day.
I just like drama. not being in it, but I like to hear about it.
Yeah,
though.
right. We get to sit here behind the window. They probably can't see us very well. I'm just smiling at them. Got the microphone.
So Showalter needs to lock back in here. Things kind of rolling off the rails.
Payoff pitch is
Good
chopped
shot by the
left
third
side.
baseman.
A race down to first, and Mendoza is safe.
An error, the last thing that you need if you're the Royals, and everything going Reinhardt's way.
And the catcher, number
Especially
18,
on
Manny
a would seem like should be a routine ground ball for a team like this. I feel like he might have rushed it, judging by like the speed of Mendoza running down the baseline and like the jump that Mendoza had out of the box.
And I spoke about this yesterday. The best defensive players are the ones that make the routine look easy, and the point that you just made, a very seemingly routine play not going Johnson's way.
Parker Doyle get a pinch run over on first. Meeting on top of the mound for these two. No outs. Bottom of the 8th. 2-run game. Reinhardt in the lead. Showalter coming out. We're getting a pitching change for the Royals of Johnson University. So they'll give him some time to warm up. Seth Bauer, the junior left-handed pitcher. He's pitched 30 innings this season. Just over 5 ERA. Whip of 131. He's allowed 13 runs in those 30 innings. I'm starting to get old. I don't get the memes anymore.
The memes?
Yeah, I feel like I don't get the jokes anymore. I made a reference earlier and you guys didn't get it.
You referenced the Muppets.
It's not that obscure. People know what that is.
Wait, hey, Google when the last time the Muppets was
Stop,
streamed.
don't Google that, bro. Don't look that up. Don't listen to him.
That's gotta be
Don't
before
listen.
we were
I'm gonna
born.
mute you. It's probably about a minute. When did that go out of production? That's probably Googleable. When did that go out of production? Let me Google that. Let me Google that for you. When did that? We used to say that. I worked at a radio station in a rural county in Michigan, and people would call and they'd be like, "How many eggs should I put in this cake?" I don't know. I'm a radio DJ. Why? Yeah, let me Google that for you. Why would you call me? One of the Muppets.
Especially when Google is free.
Right. They might not have had a computer. 1991.
Yeah.
Listen, that's like 20 years before I was born, so it's not like.
That's how many years before you were born?
Like almost, well, not 20, but 15.
I was about to say, that's 20 years before I was born.
15. I'm not that much older than you guys.
How old are you?
I'm going to be 30 this year.
Oh, okay.
So my double ARP card's probably in the mail.
If you use that at Outback, though, it's 10% off.
Is it really?
It actually is.
I might have to join double ARP ASAP.
So you remember the 90s?
Yeah.
Like you remember it.
Oh, it was great. That was good. That was the best time to be alive.
He was like 8 years old in the 90s.
Yeah, he was around for it. He was in the mix.
Those are the days. Pre-cell phones. I remember when cell phones really started to take off.
Yeah, when it came in a box.
Yeah, it's
you carried it in a briefcase and it had like a long cord.
I don't think stop. I almost let that slide. I don't think you see stuff about that on the internet, I'm sure, and it's hard to describe how different it was to be a kid too, and like the difference between being 9 years old and nobody has the cell phones and the internet's different, and how much it changed. It's different. It's a different world.
I enjoy shutting my phone off sometimes. Taking a step back.
If I did not work in social media, I probably would not have.
Yeah, that's a little hard.
Yeah.
Dang. We're getting degrees in social media.
Have to at least be well versed. You don't
Yeah.
really need to have too much of a personal presence, just enough to understand.
Yeah, if you go
what's
look through
going
my
on.
Facebook, I've never posted a photo of anything that relates to me personally. It's all just like, I'm at this university. It's going to be great. Tune in.
With
Like one photo
with the
of my
Sports
dog.
Network's link right there.
Like one photo of my dog.
After the pitch and change here, Matty Maurer at the plate. We got 1-2 count with 0 outs. Man on first.
2-run game. We'll check in over at first.
Just looking at the body language of the Royals, and it seems like they're a little bit shell-shocked. Again, 2 games in a row seemed like they were going to ride off into the sunset with big-time wins. Yesterday it happened in the 9th inning. Today happening in the 8th. Regardless of what happens through the rest of this inning, they're going to have 3 outs to work with to try to find themselves back into this ball game.
No outs, 2-run game. Reinhardt, another check-in over there at first, keeping Parker Doyle honest. He's got wheels. Popped up. Trending foul. Count is 2-2.
Mauer staying alive, really working this at-bat, giving himself more chances. Last thing Johnson needs to surrender is a base hit.
Play out at second as he races to the bag. Doyle going for it. They'll say he's safe.
So he gets in the scoring position.
Last pitch was called strike. Got a full count here with 0 outs. Runner on second. Nice scoring position here from Matty Maurer.
They're going to walk him down to first. So 2 runners on board now for the Eagles of Reinhardt University with none away in the bottom of this 8th inning in a 2-run game. Reinhardt leading 6-4 over the Royals of Johnson University. He's got my favorite walk-up song. It's a good song. Who's got your favorite walk-up song?
I like his song. I like Jared Burney's song, too. Probably between those guys. I like Luis Mendoza's song because it seems like it gets the crowd involved. Tucker Zadunek's also a fan favorite.
You just gonna name their whole starting lineup, or
That's about 6 of the.
That's 4 guys. That's 4 guys. I mean, I definitely appreciate good fan-involved walk-up songs. Really bridging that gap. Will Underwood coming into the game in a big spot. These are usually the situations that Coach Burton trusts him in.
Steps off. Both runners stay put. One on first, one over on second. Two-run game. 3 runs scored in the bottom of this 8th inning for the Eagles of Reinhardt University. Johnson looking to close this out. No outs on this half of the inning. Chops at it, strike 1, counts 1-1. I need these Reinhardt fans to just follow me around and cheer for my life. Has he got an Appalachian Athletic Conference T-shirt on?
I told you that was our teammates.
But is that a conference T-shirt?
It's a conference championship T-shirt.
Oh, it's a conference championship T-shirt.
So every championship that we won, we get a T-shirt at the end of the year.
I just like that. I would just love that if he just had an AAC conference T-shirt with the Green Mountain logo.
No, not.
If you're gonna do that, you might as well get a Reinhardt one because we own it.
I want. I want an AAC T-shirt.
I'll give you one of mine.
Stop.
Looks like a 2X.
To fit it.
Pumped up. Sailing right. This one out of play. Back into the Evergreens and University Stadium. A lot going on here for Family Day.
When I finally got my AAC shirt, it didn't fit, so I cut the sleeves off of it. It's a very disappointing day when Keiko handed it to me.
Oh, that's my car. I got to go move that. No, it's not my car. I'm lying.
As long as they don't say blue truck.
Someone's got the bus parked in.
Oh, jeez.
Can't park the bus in. They got the softball team, Pikeville's bus parked in. A couple of softball games right behind us this morning. We had soccer up to our right, University Stadium. That's a program. Both the soccer teams are going to be really good this fall. Excited to see them. Frankie Ruiz, the head man for Reinhardt University men's soccer. Little check-in on Doyle out at second. That fills our count.
Man, I want to play into that too loud. I'm not sure if it's all PG over there.
I just love the AAC T-shirt. That's the best part. I just want.
Like I mentioned earlier, there's like 15 students over there, from women's volleyball to men's volleyball to the ones you actually hear on football players up top standing up.
That was another great at-bat for the Eagles. The bases now loaded, a chance to add even more runs to their total. Still no outs on the board, so Johnson absolutely reeling here.
This is Lance Dockery, the senior. His average this season is .255. He does have 20 RBIs.
Every last one of them coming in huge moments for Reinhardt.
He's 0 for 1 today.
But it seems like the bigger the moment, the better he plays. What a time for him to try to get something in play here, bring in at least one run for the Eagles. It would be a lot to ask for from Johnson if this lead stretches out any further to be able to eradicate that in just one inning.
Chopped off left side. Strike two, count is 1-2. No outs, bases loaded from Ken White Field in Waleska, Georgia. This is Lance Dockery battling at the plate. Seth Bauer pitching. The 1-2. Chopped again, left side. This goes foul.
Johnson infielders up tight, trying to conserve a run here, see if they can get a nice ground ball and get a play at home plate.
1-2, and he strikes out. So one away in the bottom of the 8th in a 2-run game. The Royals finally send one man back to the dugout, and they needed that.
Now Reinhardt coming up at the top of their lineup here with Jarrett Burney, who hasn't had a great day today, but is known for greatness in the past. And we'll see if he can do just that right here. This at bat.
As far as he goes, yeah, this is a really quiet day for Burney. 0 for 3. Great batting average this season. He's been a key contributor all year long for the Eagles. One away, takes the ball. Bases loaded in Waleska in a 2-run game. This is basically the perfect spot in the batting order for Reinhardt. With the bases loaded, just one away, bottom of the 8th. You might want to be 1 or 2 batters further down the lineup with this situation on deck. Left side, this one picked up on the edge of the infield, and he'll be cut down, but another run scores for the Eagles. 2 away, it's a 3-run game in Waleska, Georgia.
Jacob Prophet making his first at bat of the day here, subbing in for Marcel Allen.
It seemed like the third baseman had a little bit of a hiccup. He was unsure where to go with the ball and was able to secure out number 2, but Reinhardt now ahead by 3 runs. Again, it'd be a very tall task to ask for out of the Royals in this 9th inning coming up.
Zipped in for the ball. Prophet at the plate for Reinhardt's Eagles.
Of course, the Eagles would love nothing more than to continue to put more pressure on them and add to their total.
Prophet bunts. Headed up the line, right side. He's safe. Wheels. Wow, is he fast.
He's going to have to bat. And he kicked off this inning. Dylan Lewis.
Rare for a team to make their way one time through the order in just one inning, but that just shows you the way that Reinhardt has played offensively here in the 8th. It's been a good mix. You had the power that's been seen. You had a few attempts at small ball as well. Some nice at-bats and good patience from a few different guys getting walked to base. So a little bit of everything from Reinhardt here in the 8th, and they're all over the Royals.
2 away. 5 runs scored in the bottom of the 8th. Runners on the corners as Lewis chops this right side, and he's cut down to retire this side. We go to the 9th. What a performance by the Eagles in that half inning. We'll take a break and be back on SCSN. Welcome back to Waleska, Georgia. It's the top of the 9th in a 4-run game. Reinhardt's Eagles leading by 4 over the Royals of Johnson University. Welcome inside the booth. I'm Gabriel Schrei. We've got Taylor Jackson, Lorenzo Robinson, all the action for you. Thanks for being with us on the Southeast Sports Network as we're going down the stretch here. Your thoughts on this last inning, guys?
Big 5 spot by Reinhardt. We always we talk about the ability that Reinhardt has at getting those those innings where they just get those bunches of runs, and the confidence on the mound. Inning before by by our pitchers, and then just jumping in that inning and just having an explosive inning, kicking it off with Dylan Lewis and then Nash Kroll with a 2-run home run. That those 3 at bats alone, I felt like boosted the morale of the Reinhardt dugout.
So the biggest question here, how much fight does Johnson have left in them? They've been fighting. They've been able to stick with Reinhardt all throughout the greater part of both games. And if you really look at it at a glance, we've already played 17 innings in this series. Johnson has probably been the better team for 14 or 15 out of those 17 innings, but Reinhardt able to change things at the blink of an eye, and now they have 3 outs to work with. Now just 2 outs to work with after that strikeout from Allen.
That's a hot start.
That is right field number 3.
But how many teams can say that that's played Reinhardt, right? That you've played them 17 innings down. You've been better for probably all except 2 of those innings. Of course, none of that matters. The only thing that matters is what's on the scoreboard. And right now, Reinhardt holding that 4-run advantage, and all of the pressure shifting to Johnson as they try to make one last-ditch effort to stay in this one.
With 1 away, the 1-0 pitch. Schoen pulls up, ball 2. (2-0). Zipped inside for strike 1.
Just their body language when they were out on the field in the bottom of the 8th, you could just tell that a few guys had shoulders slumped. That, of course, very unexpected to give up 5 runs in short order, especially when you don't really seem to be seeing that coming, especially with the way Reinhardt was playing in the first 7 innings, but he seemed a little bit defeated.
Strike 2, thought he was going to get the walk. Instead, now our count full with 1 away in the top of the 9th in a 4-run game. Brett Allen on top of the mound for the Eagles. The payoff pitch. Popped up, sailing over the center, and he's gone. 2 away in the top of the 9th from Waleska.
The speed by Lance Dockery right there out of center field, able to track that ball down and help Donnie Allen out and get that second out.
Number 30, Nolan Q6.
Just 1 out away of putting this game away for Reinhardt here.
Nolan Cusey, the shortstop. He's 3 for 4 today. Kind of a last hope for the Royals in this one.
And again, they've played really well here in Waleska. They've definitely conducted themselves better than a few other teams that have been in this same spot, so you have to commend them with the way that they've played. But again, true sign of a championship team, being able to win games and series in multiple ways.
That's, and I expect that out of Appalachian Athletic Conference teams. These are all really good schools, institutions, historical schools that recruit good people. And you see that day in and day out when you're at an AAC event. You always get that. You always get that good attitude on and off the field. Chopped left side, sailing towards the wall, it's down. He's across first, headed down to second, and with 2 away, he's in scoring position for the Royals of Johnson as Sanchez will replace him at the plate.
That's a nice job there, getting a big-time 2-out extra base hit to keep the game going. And we saw yesterday that this game isn't over until there's 3 outs in the 9th, so Reinhardt can't relax here. Brett Allen needs to refocus and try to close the deal on this one.
Zipped in for the strike. Big swing, strike 2. Count is 0-2 with 2 away.
Allen just 1 strike away, really needs to finish the deal here. Sanchez trying to keep it going.
That's ball 1. 2 away, 1 on board, out at second. Sanchez battling at the plate. Allen from on top of the mound for Reinhardt. He'll deliver the 1-2. Popped up left side, sailing back towards the wall, and he's down. That retires the side and finishes the game as Reinhardt wins this one, claiming the second of 3. They're going to win the series. We'll play one more. Thoughts on this game?
Reinhardt able to come away with another game, stealing 2 consecutive games from the Johnson Royals. The Royals were all over them in this one. but Reinhardt able to come away with a victory by way of a big-time surge, and that's just what this team is capable of doing in situations like these.
2 big innings for Reinhardt, able to put up that 5 spot in the 8th inning, the bottom of the 8th. I really would like to see Reinhardt, fill in those goose eggs on the scoreboard. Get a couple innings where you get 1 or 2, or and continue to build that score up. Those innings are big, but is that going to be enough to push into the tournament? Is that going to be enough to play against these big teams, in the NAIA? And you really need to be able to put the ball in play and get those innings where you got to fill those goose eggs in. You got to fill those zero run innings in, and as well as continue grabbing those bunches of runs in those big innings.
Well, fantastic. That'll do it for Game 2 of 3, an 8-4 win for the Reinhardt Eagles. We'll have Game 3. Be sure to tune in on the Southeast Sports Network. All events airing on our networks are broadcast live and are copyright material. Today's game will be archived inside of the Apple platform where you viewed it and available for replay. This has been a presentation of the Southeast Sports Network.
The Southeast Sports Network, your free ticket to front row sports action. From heart-pounding football showdowns to thrilling basketball games, experience every moment live, all from the comfort of your home. Your favorite athletes, broadcast in real time and on demand. It's not just streaming, it's your front row ticket to the best of Southeastern sports. And the best part? It's absolutely free. Don't miss a moment of your favorite teams. Join us now at the Southeast Sports Network. The Southeast Sports Network, your front row ticket to live sports.